As the East Coast broils, so does the action on the track from Moon Speedway. After a scheduled bye week, Three Rivers RC is back for the Stink Bug Infestation 400, provided by Free Trade.
What's that sound? Here she comes, all that's down. Hot shoe, burning down the avenue. I'm a citizen, zero discipline.
Bill Steinbach is starting on the pole for today's Stink Bug Infestation 400. Chad Limburner starting second, mainly due to a penalty he received in the heat race going through the center line. Pretty much just took him out of the event. Here we go. Thank you. 3, 2, 1, go.
And the Stink Bug Infestation 400 is green. Bill Steinbach with the early lead down the back straightaway. Limburner all over his rear bumper. And yes, Bill Steinbach leads lap number 1.
As you can see, they're shaking and baking early as Limburner tries to get up to the back of Steinbach once again to catch that draft. Wow, and he spins him out real quick here on lap 3, does a J-turn, and they will come back to the restart line for a quick restart here. Side by side, they never took the green there. Limburner just gets in front of Steinbach, and then Steinbach's splitter gets underneath the side of him, pushes him right around like we saw in the last race, actually. That happened before.
It's always time for payback. Coming to the restart line, Bill Steinbach with the inside, and Limburner with the jump makes some hard contact with the outside wall, bounces off Steinbach's right door, and there was no caution.
Nope, they didn't take the green there, and Steinbach looked like he got hooked on the cone there, so this is a pretty big break for him.
Limburner with the crossover into turn 3, makes the pass off of turn 4, lap 5. Bill Steinbach trying to rally back on the inside. They nearly touch coming out of turn 4.
Okay, they're spreading out here. Limburner has quite a bit of a lead, and it looks like Steinbach was slower that lap. Looks like he's speeding up here, trying to get to the back of Limburner because he really has that drafting advantage, and he knows it, especially today with the calm winds.
Yeah, Bill Steinbach was 0.2 of a second quicker that time by the Limburner, and it's showing on the racetrack. But he makes some contact with the turn 1 cone. Turn 3 has a very good entry at lap 10.
Yeah, he really didn't get too far behind whenever he hooked that cone because he had such a good lap off of that turn.
His car seems really loose out of forward, not a lot of front grip. He's making some contact almost every lap with the turn 4 concrete wall.
Limburner seemed a little loose there going into turn 3, and now he is pushed around in front of Steinbach again, and that will cause a caution on lap 12. We've seen that a few times in these last few races. I wonder if that's anything they have to address, both of these drivers. Okay, they had a quick restart here, bouncing off each other, and Steinbach bouncing into the outside wall. They catch it and do not have a caution, and then Limburner just goes out of view, bouncing off Steinbach, lap 13.
Steinbach is coming to the restart line. He will take the inside lane, waiting for the word from the officials, and the green flag flies.
Whoa! Oh my gosh, it just sideways. Limburner gets underneath Steinbach. That's no caution, though. We have a caution here. Let's take an instant replay and look at that.
Instant replay. They come to the restart, and Limburner just gets into Steinbach's door on 2 wheels. Wow, that was what a piece of driving by Steinbach to be able to hang on to that car. And not only, he didn't even lift out of the throttle, it looks like.
No, lap 15, we already have a restart here. That was amazing. They would have just kept going if there wasn't if Limburner had not hit the turn 3 cone. And now, look at this, tied up at the start-finish line. Look at this, Limburner just keeps trying to push Steinbach, trying to go.
On the back straightaway, they're continuing this argument, but Chad Limburner just drives into Steinbach, puts him in the fence in turn 4. We have a caution here on lap 17.
Both of these drivers are smarting after all those cautions there.
Green flag flies once again, and Limburner this time wrecks in turn 1, and Bill Steinbach T-bones him. We have another caution here on lap 18.
Wow, this is interesting. After a caution-free early part of the race, we're really starting to get into cautions here around the teens.
Both drivers are starting to be more aggressive, but here they spread out as lap 20 rolls around.
Yeah, Limburner has quite a lead here. I think he's finally cooled off after all that incident up in turn 1.
Exiting turn 4, Bill Steinbach right inches from that outside wall, but he makes some major ground on Limburner that lap. This time Limburner with the lead.
Steinbach's going really close to... Whoa, we have a penalty here!
Limburner, I mean, he just completely missed his corner entry into turn 3. Look at this. He just turns early. Maybe he was texting, and he goes through the center line in the track. And Steinbach looks at that, slams on his brakes, locks up the rears, and does a power slide to the line.
3,
Doing the countdown.
2, 1, go.
The green flag flies. Now, Bill Steinbach is your leader here. Chad Limburner is in second, a very distant second, that is.
He really gained a lot of ground, though, but now it looks like Steinbach is making it back up, and they're really not getting anywhere.
No, I mean, you can see Steinbach's running the middle of the track so he doesn't cause a caution, hitting that cone in the inside, because he's pretty much got this one in the bag if things stay like they are.
Remember, if Limburner was to cause a caution within, 3 laps of the penalty, it would not count. And there it is, but that was outside of 3 laps. That was about 4 or 5. Caution on lap 25 here. Limburner will catch up, and Steinbach still has the lead. He caught quite a jump there after hitting the cone. But Limburner just pushes him into the outside wall. That's payback there.
Wow, what an impact for that car. Goes behind the wall. The pit crews are doing some quick work to that tire wall. And Bill Steinbach's back on the track, taking the outside lane. Pretty good jump for him there, but not enough. And Limburner takes the inside lane going into turn 1. Bill Steinbach trying to draft in turn 3. Limburner drives him down into the cone in turn number 3. And we have a red flag. Track maintenance team takes to the speedway. Waves to the camera.
Wow, it really looks like Steinbach's wider car. Limburner took advantage of that and just pushed him right into the wall.
Bill Steinbach forces Limburner up into the front stretch of the fence again. This time they both wreck in turn 1 and cause another caution here on lap 28. Bill Steinbach's taking the inside lane, but he almost missed the line by staying in the throttle too long. And Bill Steinbach with a jump on this restart, but Limburner has that power down the front straightaway. And he really nailed that outside wall in turn number 2 with a head-on collision.
All right, yellow flag, lap 29. Here is the green. That was a sloppy restart by Limburner. Just got into the side of Steinbach, and that really kept him away from the lead because he has that acceleration. Lap 30, they are really close here. Steinbach goes a little bit wide. That was no caution, though. Hit by Limburner. Limburner is far ahead now.
Yes, he is. We have another caution here on lap 32. Bill Steinbach wrecks down in turn number 1, hitting the cone. We have a red flag. Instant replay. Bill Steinbach goes into turn 1, messes up his entry, and you can see the cone's a little bit out of shape here. Green flag already back. We're sorry about that little mistake there. But Bill Steinbach with the lead here in this one. Limburner looks to the inside. He looks outside. They made some contact. Bill Steinbach locks up the brakes in turn number 3. That cost him dearly, and Limburner's now really pulling away here. And he hits the tire in the center of the racetrack. They both wreck into...
Oh, final lap. No caution here because it's the final lap, and they are messing up all over the place here. Look at this. They're going down the backstretch. Both of them hit a wall.
Limburner lost power, but he comes around, and yes, he wins this race. Bill Steinbach finishes in second place. After an incredible last lap finish, Limburner is now tied in the points with Bill Steinbach. We hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. We'll see you here all season long on the Three Rivers RC Racing Channel.